So that's the lane to look at for me. I take Tundra.
And S4?
So basically, I'd say TUNDRA has this game if they win their offlane, which I think they're gonna lose first minute, and then they're gonna start winning.
Okay.
And Monkey's counter this game.
Okay, let's see if they're right. We throw to our casters, Sunspan and Cinder. And Sunspan, I hope you've still got some breath left after running up those stairs.
Thank you, Pyrian. Yes, I have recovered, thankfully. The crowd's energy has really helped us out here. This is the lower bracket finals, Tundra versus OG. Cinderin, who's going to win this game?
One of the two teams is probably going to win, Shannon.
Okay,
Who do you think?
50-50. Well, S4 said Tundra, and I'm not going to go against him.
All right, so it's hard to go against Tundra. Soxa is 6-0 on Doom so far in this tournament, and they did first pick it overall. So, strictly speaking, from statistics, Tundra should be very happy with what they've got. They've also got their hands on the 33 Visage. I don't know if they've lost with this hero pairing either. Well, I guess they haven't, because they haven't lost with Doom. So then they also wouldn't have lost with Doom Visage. Just looking over the drafts, I feel like this is one of the more challenging positions that I've seen OG in after the picks. Like the panel pointed out, I think their lanes could become rather challenged this game. So I think they need to be really intelligent about how they go about this to avoid the Jugger Lich lane having a high impact, and especially that Visage Doom finding a good start. Taiga on Viper as well. I feel like we've seen this before, and it's not... I don't think it went too well for OG in that game. That doesn't mean that they need to lose faith in it. Obviously, it's just a small sample size, but it's not exactly this kind of big playmaking hero that Taiga has the ability to take over games on.
Yeah, and I think the panel hit it on the head that it felt like one of those, hey, this is what Amar's going to play. Guess what's not going to happen, actually. Like Ultra Flex, we'll see if it works out for them. A little bit risky for them for sure, but I mean, OG has been on an absolute roll. Tundra's the one that are coming off of a loss, so we'll see if that extra momentum ends up actually mattering here. As you can see, Taiga already taking heavy damage in that top lane. And Soul Assumption not quite enough. The Fairy Fire was there. As 33, like he said, we'll be playing the Visage as usual. It's probably pretty nice to have a TI winning coach that also plays Visage in the UI.
Probably not been to their detriment, at least. Also want to focus a little bit on the bottom lane here, because we've seen Amar take over games on this Razor. You're playing double ranged hero into Jugger, which is generally very good. Lich in this lane needs to kind of take more of a defensive role than you usually would like to with Jugger, but that doesn't mean the kills don't exist, especially when they get the level 2. OG do find the distance here to not get frost blasted though.
Indeed, so some damage done to Amar with the Blade Fury, but they don't have the most kill potential quite yet. Obviously with Amar, we should talk about, and I think this was brought up on the panel as well, eventually you're going to see the alacrity on the Juggernaut with that Omni/Slash combo. It is absolutely devastating. But we haven't really seen that much Jug, it feels like, in this patch. What makes it a good Jug game in your eyes?
I'm not sure what made it a good Jug game the moment they picked it. I think more than anything, Tundra are looking to find heroes that hit a similar timing to the Doom Visage. I don't think Jugger has any particularly amazing matchup in the draft at the time that it happens, but he has the timing going for him where once Visage and Doom are online and want to fight, you group up, you have the Frost Blast that, you have the Frost Shield on Lich that you put on the Doom or the Jug, they run in, they begin the fight, and that's when you can pile on the damage with the Visage, and that's when you can also bring in your Invoker for that added pressure 9, by the way. Well, phase shift out that EMP, no problem.
Something that each team is kind of missing that we've been seeing in a lot of games is a Mars type offlane that is the big fat, initiating type hero. In this game it's Doom, but that's the position 4. It's not going to get as much for him as you would expect. And the other side kind of feels like Puck maybe. It's not like the standard initiator for both sides, which is interesting.
BZM does play a really amazing Puck though, so he can definitely make it work in a game like this. Has to be a little bit cautious, obviously. He needs to not get doomed. Puck is not the best hero against Jugger for obvious reasons. And against Quaswex Invoker, I think Puck is a pretty good matchup here in general in the game. But as the panel pointed out, S4 was focusing on the Orchid on Visage, which could really be a powerful item in this game, not just against the Puck, but also against Monkey King. I think it's also a great way for them to deal with Seb's annoying Wind Ranger in certain situations. So Orchid into Axe or something along those lines might be what 33 chooses to go for here later in the game.
And in the mid lane for 9, he is sitting on 16-7 for CS, and then you can see 20-1 for BZM. So he's off to a pretty good start.
I can load the 9 as Invoker. not bad. Crosswex Invoker with 7 denies doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah, and I would assume that, correct me if I'm wrong here, that Nine's build is going to be fairly standard with an Urn into Midas, etc., etc. I mean, is this a Solar or Spirit Vessel game? There's a Monkey King. It's not, Maybe you don't rush it this game.
It's okay. Not sure.
Skeeter gonna get off the Blade Fury. Nice stun from Snake King as well. Amar, will this be the first blood? The static link did so much to Skeeter. Very little damage to work with, and Snake King ends up getting the first blood anyway. Trades his life away, but Tundra with the first blood in game number 1.
That was very, very close. Jugger was completely out of damage, sitting on -10 currently, so couldn't have done any more. Snake King had to solo that. It just barely gets it. Amar very stunned by that, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen such a performance from an off-lane Razor that
Yeah.
we saw yesterday. That was quite something to behold, no doubt. I'm not sure if the same conditions exist this time around as Taiga. And Yuragi focusing on 33. You can see the Nether Toxin coming in, and Taiga's going to drop first. Yuragi ends up getting 33 in the end, though. And for the position 1 on OG, he's going to be fairly happy with this.
Worth focusing on, of course, as well as what creep Doom gets. I think this is the S-tier creep of this lane. Having both the Mana Burn and the Mana Aura for his Visage is insane. He's just going to keep Mana Burning the Monkey King whenever possible, and if he doesn't have Mana for the Boundless Strike, there's like almost no potential in this lane for OG to put pressure on Visage. They do get the trade-off kill there, but you imagine given enough time, Sox is just going to keep being so annoying here that they can't really get to play it anymore. He's going to Mana Burn the Viper, though, so Yuragi will actually have Mana now for 1 spell.
Yeah, and as you can see, the aggression is onto Sox. That looks like it's a kill going the way of OG. Pops a Fairy Fire, but finally, Yuragi gets that last hit. TP support coming, and you can see Blade Fury in the bot lane, but they're going to turn this around onto Skeeter. Meanwhile, top lane, we can see 33 drops. Action all over the place. Taiga with the Urn Charge applied as 9 TP'd in. Looks like he'll find the double kill.
Pretty good overall for OG, though. Their mid-hero did not have to rotate, and they still get a pretty even trade across the board, so BZM will take this opportunity to get a pretty serious CS advantage in the mid. And yeah, Soxa there using the Mana Burn on Viper meant he didn't have it for the Monkey King, who could then get off both his spells. It was very important for OG in order to set that whole thing up.
Yeah, we can see the position 1s. The Monkey King 28-8, Jug 23-7, so Yuragi having a slightly better game. Obviously 2 kills to his name as well.
And 33's Visage has no CS. I just realized. He has 11.
Oh, wow, you're
6
right.
minutes in. This top lane has, I mean, they've been able to stand their ground and fight back, but as far as the CS go, leaves a lot to be desired here for 33. I wonder if that's going to affect his item build if he's not going to get the Orchid because he feels like the timing's going to be too far off. I think the next few minutes is going to ultimately decide what way he goes. Obviously, Visage has the luxury as a hero of buying all sorts of utility items. Orchid is one way to go, or the Ags, which is more of a carry way of thinking. But you can also buy auras, you can buy other enabling items for your teammates.
I mean, that mid lane, and we saw a couple of these here. Sox had picked up the Arcane Rune, and he was continually mana burning.
Bot lane, they faded in Amar.
Yeah. Static Link did quite a bit, but 9 has the numbers now. There's the Tornado EMP. Amar trying to get a residual kill, but the Blade Fury doing enough. Stone Gaze was there from Snake King. Will they get the trade at the very least for Seb? He gets slowed in the meantime, though, and down he goes. Frostlass helping out. Eventually, he will go sooner, and I swear, double kill for 9. A great turnaround for Tundra overall. And Stockset continues to soak up so much XP in this mid lane as well.
Yeah, this is how Crosswex Invoker plays. The hero doesn't want to just stand in the mid lane and farm, similar to what the Puck is doing here for the most part. I will say, though, 9 has been very active. You don't necessarily see 4 kills in 7 minutes.
Yeah, true.
But for him to rotate more than a Puck is actually very unsurprising. But it's very important that he has this much success so that he can keep up with Puck's net worth through kill gold, as Puck is now 15 CS ahead.
Right, and how much of that activity do you think comes from the fact that Soxa did get this creep? Because he's literally been sitting in the mid lane, just mana burning constantly, as you can see the Invoker heat map here. Tornado, BZM still out of mana because Soxa still exists in the game. Cold Snap is there with the Urn Charge as well.
Actually,
Soxa, Infernal Blade with this Scorched Earth is going to be enough. Fairy Fire won't be there. 9, another kill to his name. I feel like Soxa is just actually dominating the mid lane with the mana burn.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, bottom, another Blade Fury coming out onto Amar. Snaking, gets off that sinister gaze, but there's a shackle from Seb. So much damage coming to the power shot as well. Skeeter gets off the healing ward, gets off the Omni Titan at the last second, gets the kill onto Amar, and now Soxa continuing the pressure onto Seb. Nice body blocks with the Frost Blast to come. Skeeter, oh, he goes down to Seb! The power shot again for him. He might get chased down, but no, the Scorched Earth won't be in range. A nice shackle shot as BZM with the first coil. Turnaround kills for OG. Very greedy from Skeeter there.
Yeah, I mean, he knows Windrun is on cooldown, and they do need that extra damage from Jugger to find the kill, but I don't think he was expecting Seb to just do a point-blank power shot to the right, clipping him and getting him on the last attack he could connect. You're going to see a replay of this whole play here, so this is looking really good. Love the way Skeeter played this, holding his Omni Slash this long, just having that patience to make sure he gets away from the creep wave, and he has an escape path as well here, jumping over to the right. And this is where you see, so 5 seconds cooldown still on that Windrun, but yeah, Skitter just gets caught off guard, and this is huge for Seb. He gets the shackle on 20 health. Gets a bonus kill now for BZM on his first rotation.
All right, do you agree with, I was saying this on the panel, the OG podcast, that it feels like Seb's farewell party. It feels like his coming back party to me. I don't know about you. He's playing out of his mind right now, as OG are holding the 1K lead right now against a Doombringer. Yep. As the smoke will pop.
Roggy.
Nice Roggy jumps out of the tornado. Deafening Blast will connect onto Taiga. I'm not sure if Tundra want to continue here. In fact, OG looking to aggress instead. Balance Strike onto 2. Pine Cone's helping out as well. As you can see, the Familiars doing some damage to Taiga, but BZM just a little bit late to the party, as 4 members of OG won't be able to turn this around. Meanwhile, Skeeter getting chased by Amar. Has to use his Blade Fury, but so much damage done with that static link and Eye of the Storm combo. Yeah. Pretty annoying for Juggernaut to go against this, considering you can't. I mean, that's one of the big benefits of Jug, is you can dispel most things with Blade Fury. Well, not static link.
Sorry, I'm having a laugh at this. Skitter is trying to see us with minus 30 damage. Oh, he just keeps trying. He's like, I'm getting this one. I'll time it perfectly.
It's good practice, either way.
Yeah, well, he's staying on his toes, and he would have got all the CS if he had damage. But
yep, Seb breaking a smoke. Not able to get off the shackle, though. As Soxa still... I mean, I talked about how impactful he was in the mid lane, but look at this farm on a Doom.
Amar's in big trouble.
Yeah, got the static link to start for Skeeter, trying to get out of range. Infernal Blade is there with the mana burn as well. Soxa and company look to be cleaning up Amar relatively easily. Wukong's command does come out from Yuragi, so at the very least they get a support kill. We'll see if they turn this into more.
Biggest winner in all of this is probably 33 in the off lane, just getting some space. Like we covered, he had a rough start, he needs some time to recover. And he's just getting to sit here, and now he has the drum completed, so we'll get that value item. The Orchid is probably not going to be bought at all at this point. I think it's fair to say, or safe to say, that he will get something else. Maybe Wraith Pact is a potential angle here.
Isn't it always Wraith Pact? Is there any question? Honestly.
Well, yeah, I think if he had an awesome start, he would not have gone this build. I'm pretty convinced. Okay. Even though, I mean, it is very good for their lineup, so maybe he still would have opted for the drum, but yeah. It's good for his team. It's going to bring Jugger into the fight easier. It's going to bring Doom into the fight, and they're just going to be able to put Frost Shield on them, run them in, do some AoE damage, enabling Soul Assumption. Activating Cold Snap is really easy for Doom. He has so many damage over time abilities with Scorched Earth as well as Infernal Blade to just keep chain stunning the single target that they're on.
Amar cleaning up some creeps here.
Amar's 0-4. I think this should be mentioned. This is not a familiar situation for him this playoff. So Amar actually playing a game kind of from behind. He's the lowest net worth core of the game currently.
Yeah, that is not something we ever... I mean, like I was saying earlier, those Soxa, do you think that farm is going to come back to bite them at all? As Tundra getting gone on a bit. Static link applied to 33. Coil is there as well. Easy burst onto 33. Snaking. Oh, a nice shackle from Seb comes out again. Second kill for OG. They eat up that EMP. We can see the Pig Pole Blade Fury combo. Something to truly fear. A spinning pig will be enough for him to get away. But 2 kills for OG, and they're pressuring that bottom tower as well.
Unfortunately for Tundra there, they kind of countered each other's plays. 9 got a really good tornado, but the chain frosted at the same time, and it didn't bounce to a new target afterwards. So perhaps there was a turn on potential there from Tundra. And Snake King has to throw out the chain frost there. He was about to die, so it's kind of all in. All right, immediate response. Tundra not going to take any breaks, just straight into mid. There's no coil, and there's no Razor ult.
And they popped a drum charge already. And the tier 1 tower is what they have their sights on, but see no creep wave quite yet. Seb and BZM are here. Tornado EMP will clip Seb. And the cold snap as well, but Mar has come with a plasma field. There's 4 members of Tundra here. The healing ward will be expended. They want to reset and re-engage.
Plasma field plus power shot, both level 4. When they connect on one hero on max range, it's quite nasty. Even a Visage with Gravekeeper's Cloak is taking significant damage.
I feel like it's really hard for Tundra to start fights without this Blink Dagger on Soxia, so he is just farming away in the jungle right now.
This could be
about 700 away.
Very, very dangerous.
Yeah, a bunch of TPs coming. Wukong's coming. Balance Strike misses, but the Blade Fury is there. You can see the coil was used for Soxa. Still going to be a kill going the way of OG, but maybe could have been better.
Man, that was a swing and a miss. At the very least, they do find the Doom, so consolation prize for Yuragi.
And Lamar holding his ground in the mid lane. You can see because of the rough start he had, I did see the gloves of haste, so I was wondering if he was going to go Midas, and he did. So we'll see if he can catch up at all. Knowing that, of course, you're going against a Doom, and you're going against another Midas for the Invoker.
It's like, that's just so Amar, isn't it?
It feels like a pub mentality, right?
It's just, how can I get back to top net worth? What is the... I'll do anything for gold.
Yeah. I mean, greed has certainly worked for them in this tournament.
This is a case in point. We had this interview with Seth the other day where he was like, oh, hang on.
Soxa might be dead. Echo Sarah being shown by Yuragi. Down he goes. Still no Blink Dagger. But Tornado will clip Yuragi. This would be a high value kill for Tundra. Frost Blast as well. 9 is Alacrity. 33 is in the area as well. But look, the Chaos Meter completely off into the trees. Yuragi goes. He might just be fine. They're going to spot him. In fact, he's going to jump back onto the trees. Gets off the balance strike on the 2. They find 2 in turn. OG turning around a fight that should not have gone their way. That was sick play. Man, Yuragi is playing so risky on these trees, but it worked out.
Just very nice weaving in and out with that Monkey King. Huge. Oh.
Yep, coil. Skeeter, this is going to hold him in place for a bit as Taiga comes to play as well. Viper Strike is there into the illusory orb. Will he tick away? Healing work continuing to heal, but the Balance Strike from Yuragi. He seems to be everywhere, and OG starting to take full control of this game.
Yeah, this is a pretty massive lead. 5,000 gold up minute 16. The enemy team has a position for Doom, who has the same net worth as Windranger, so Soxa has been dominating on this hero in general this tournament, but this is probably the roughest start he's had.
Yeah.
And that's a very, very good look for OG if they can take a victory against arguably Tundra's best strategy for one.
Sinister Gaze in combination. Okay, Seb is just done up. Top lane though, Soxa does get out this time, and that's very important because he's only 100 gold off that Blink Dagger. Obviously a lot later than he would have wanted it. But the tier 1 tower going the way of Tundra, trying to find some momentum to get back into this game. You can see 33 working on an Aghanim Scepter, so you get that...
so he will go Ags. Okay.
Yeah, the Invis and the high ground stuff, and I don't even know what the skill is called, but we'll find out eventually.
I actually forgot.
And you're just gonna look it up, it looks...
Silent as the Grave. I was like, it's called Silent something.
Silent as the Grave.
It is a pretty nice name, actually.
I was gonna say the opposite. It's too long to say. What are you gonna say? He's silent as the Graved into the fight. It sounds just awful. Seb having himself another terrific game on this position 5 Windranger, which, yeah. Who else plays Windrunner in this capacity as a position 5? I feel like it's so rare.
Not many.
And he's just showing it up on the major, and nobody else is trying to copycat him. It's too late to learn him, apparently, right?
Yeah, Seb was having a good time there mid, getting a couple of creeps, but then Amar was like, that's gold. So I'm just driving by, bro. I'll just take a couple and leave.
Yeah, easy.
Like Seb said in the interview, oh, hang on, he's going to get doomed mid. He is more than likely dead, unless you're wrong.
Yuragi with the Wukong's command, Balance Strike, turning this around onto Soxa. It looks like Seb should be fine. Soxa, pig pull. He's Gonna get slowed a bit by Taiga. Eventually they will find it in a coil. Option 2. They're both gonna break it, and Amar coming in. OG taking full control of this game. 3 dead. Barely any damage done by Tundra, and they're gonna take a tier 1 tower as well.
I really thought they were going to be able to connect on that Doom in time onto the Wind Ranger, but no way. They don't have the right Doom creep for this. Having the Mana Burn now is not that good. He wants to either have the Purge or the War Stomp, so that they can actually kill the guy he catches with Doom. Seb just takes a few steps back, the reinforcements arrive, and it's no problem whatsoever.
Amar is second in net worth.
he's climbing.
I don't understand. This is so bad for pubs across the world. You're losing your lane, you buy a mine, usually you just lose them. And Amar showing again that he's just on another level, it seems.
This is what Seb meant when he was like, they are the direct opposites in the game. I think Seb, if he played offlane Razor, would not have bought Midas in this game.
Wow, shocking.
He would have taken another angle, like, how can I enable my teammates? Amar is like, how can I enable myself?
Yeah.
And, well, he's finding a way. The BKB is almost out now, so has fully recovered, more than fully, actually. Man, I'm still just surprised how Uragi is this far ahead. I know he has 8 kills, but his net worth is insane. He must have got some good kill streaks. You see the problem here. They get the Doom out in the Mana Burn. Seb is like, okay, I'll just walk away, I guess.
Yeah, no lockdown. And we talked about the lack of this initiation. So much pressure on Sox. But like you said, without that War Stomp, it's just very little Doom can actually do.
They do have the Invoker Orchid now, so 9 is able to find more reliable initiation until BKBs come out. Right? Seb learned from Moon Meander, pounding there on his hand. Very good.
EU map.
Not sure what he counted to. I don't know.
That looked like horns to me. It was the...
Maybe it was a gang sign.
Yeah, that sounds like Seb. 6K lead for OG. And yet to have a Roche attempt this game. Not the best Roche teams, but certainly once you get to a certain point, it'll be relatively easy. Is BKB now online for the Monkey King. Taiga and Amar. So there's the axe. Silent as the night on 33.
As the grave.
Damn it! That's why it's unacceptable naming conventions here. I'll just call it Silent.
He uses the silent.
Yeah, as long as there's no silencer in the game.
Yeah, I was just going to say
confusing.
Oh.
We got some issues here for 9. Boundless Strike from Uragi. He's going to pop the Wukong's command as well. There is a Frost Shield, but not enough damage mitigation this time around. And OG seemingly just getting whatever the hell they want. I mean, at what point do they feel comfortable going for Roche? Okay, they're going for Roshan.
Now is that point.
Yes. So getting a high value kill on the Tundra mid laner. The first age is likely to go to OG unless Tundra can get some sort of a crazy steal. But as we can see on the minimap, they are scanning it, but it's likely to be too late. There's a Crimson Guard picked up by Taiga. Pretty cool against Visage.
Yeah. Can of course be countered by Invoker and by Doom. So it's not a guaranteed protection, but it will be offering at least some protection for the right heroes if used correctly.
Panic.
And it is going to offer some nice protection against the Visage Ags, right? Because a lot of the time Visage will try to find an angle and attack on its own to begin with. And if you crimson up the target that Visage flanks on...
He's silented. 33.
Okay.
In the trees.
Silent as the Nightgrave.
BZM. No, they will spot him. It's gonna be a tough kill for the solo 33. Instead, BZM actually gonna come back to play. Not sure if he actually wants to go for this. Has the Witchblade, of course, just going for the familiars. Not able to take him out quite yet.
Sox again.
Yeah, they find him. There's the shackle set up by the Boundless Strike. Another kill for OG. They're running away with this game. There's the Gale Force. 9 gonna be spotted. Deafening Blast comes out, but 9 is completely surrounded. Gets off the Chaos Meteor, but it's not gonna matter at all. Shackle again from Seb. Double kill for Uragi. As we the tier 2 tower now. It's gonna be damaged at the very least. Frost Shield applied, but still with the Aegis advantage on to OG. Not showing any signs of slowing down.
33 is trying to find a solo kill here on BZM. He used the orb, but max level phase shift into Blink, no problem.
Yep, down goes the tier 2. And OG.
Tundra are a little bit lost right now. Like, it's hard for them to find the openings that their lineup is meant to. They really want this Visage to be able to find solo picks, but Puck is unkillable because he doesn't have the Orchid. It's hard for him to kill the Monkey King for obvious, you know, he's just super farmed. He can't really kill the Viper because of the Crimson Guard. Wind Ranger has Wind Run. You know, like, what target do you actually have as this Visage Ags carrier? It's kind of tough. And they're splitting up the map. They're trying to find farm and play efficiently, but effectively, OG are like blocking off 60% of the map with their aggressive vision, and they're just running at them. And every time they find a Doom or they find a Lich out in the jungle, they just kill them quickly. And it's hard for Tundra to fight back.
And
Especially
OG.
in Aegis, there's just no way.
Yeah, for sure. I actually want to talk about Skeeter's build, the Battle Fury. I don't see that much Juggernaut these days, but obviously Battle Fury and Maelstrom are kind of the choices, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Battle Fury may be a little too greedy when you have a Doom and a Midas on your mid invoker?
I don't think it is theoretically. I just think this game went wrong a couple of times. They got outplayed and lost some fights. If things went according to plan, I think this Battle Fury would have paid off really well for him. So that's just how it is sometimes, right? Like you
Yeah, Taiga being spotted out. There's a Blade Fury from Skeeter. Wukong's Commando, Yuragi, OG are here in numbers. 33 is super dead. Gets Gale Force back into the Wukong's command. So again, oh, looks like BZM actually dropped to Snaking, though.
got doomed.
So that's a 1-for-1 that Tundra will take every time, but can they get out with their lives? Another shackle from Seb. Yuragi on the trees, Boundless Strike ready to go, and a couple more right clicks will do it. Soxa able to get out. Skeeter, he's in the trees, he's going to be spotted, and Skeeter looks to be falling as well. Gets off the Blade Fury, but a static link is there. And the chase easily by OG. 3-for-1, OG favored again.
Yeah, his TP gets late, gets ready 5 seconds too late, so he actually couldn't make it out there, just hiding in the trees, hoping that they don't look for him, but they did. Yuragi covering every angle as Monkey King. And I think if not for him, they actually would have got out. I don't think the other heroes were likely to go check there or be successful if they tried. Monkey with that flying vision.
Oh boy,
easy.
Soxa has just been food for OG this game. Another Boundless Strike, another Shackle Shot. You've seen this before, because OG has done it repeatedly this game to help build this 10K net worth lead.
Oh, they just up 33 as well.
Yep, he's going to be Viper struck onto the high ground with the silent as the whatever the hell that skill is called. Doesn't matter. Double kill for Yuragi. Again, all over the map as they find a familiar in addition. And now they can try to go poke the high ground with this Aegis for another 40 seconds.
How do Tundra defend this? They have Frost Shield from Snaking. He's going to TP back now, just ready.
Oh, BKB Amar. All right. That is the ultimate aggressive play right there by Amar. The taunting is real. They get the tier 3 tower. We'll see if OG want to reset it all, knowing that this Aegis is going to be consumed in 20 seconds. Yuragi, they get the Boundless Strike. There's the Gale Force as well. Skeeter getting extremely low. Able to Blade Fury out, though. And he'll have to try and reset. Has that healing work going out as the Chain Frost only bounces once. As Yuragi likely will reset to get this Aegis refresh going. Nice shackle again from Seb. Seems to have a 100% shackle rate this game, it feels like. Yuragi back to full mana and HP.
I saw him miss one.
That's true. I actually, when I said that, I remembered. I was hoping you wouldn't remember, but you're just a robot, so I guess I should know better next time. TP in now from Yuragi onto the enemy outpost, which is now theirs. 33, spotted out again, okay. That was the gem spotting out the ward as well. The Shackle, Viper Strike, Gale Force combination. 33 is just perma-stunned here. Nice Omni Slash though, so Taiga will be the trade. Tundra getting something out of this, but they lose Soxa. Another Shackle by Seb. Meteor coming out, Skeeter with the TP, but the right-click damage is way too much to handle as OG looking to take game one in extremely convincing fashion. They'll find the Invoker as well. Double kill for Amar. And OG looking to finish off that mid-racks, but GG is called, and OG completely shellacked Tundra in game number 1.
Looked even in the beginning, but then OG hit their 15-minute mid-game timing. They get the Gale Force out. I think Yuragi played an outstanding game on Monkey King this game. 15-1-8.
Wow, yeah.
Found countless opportunities, and even with BZM being maybe a little bit quieter Doom that he has been playing in the playoffs. But this time they're going to pivot that to a position 3 against, I would argue, some relatively difficult core matchups for Doom. He's playing against Chaos Knight, he's playing against Monkey King, the Monkey King being support though. And even getting ruptured as Doom is actually very annoying. This hero wants to keep running around in fights and hitting people and not being immobile. So definitely got their work cut out for them. I think the reason they went for the Hoodwink for Soxa was that they felt like in the last game they were struggling with finding vision in trees. And now they have a hero where if you see the Monkey King jumping around, you have a chance of catching him with a bushwhack, you have the chance of finding him with Scurry, but obviously it goes both ways, right? Yeah. The Monkey King can also see you in the tree line. Oh, first blood could be coming.
Yep. Oh, Yuragi. Dodging bushwhack. He's going to get hit by residual damage, though, from the shield crash. And you got the slow from Troll as well. Yuragi on the run. Looks like he's going to live. And Taiga with the tether. OG avoid getting first blooded. As Tundra really wanting to find some momentum on their side. Remember, they have lost 3 games in a row. And the first 2 against TSM, they were winning hardcore, I want to say. And they were heartbreakers. This game number 1, though, OG just felt like they were a step ahead the entire time.
I'm trying to remember, it seems so long ago yesterday how they played against TSM. They definitely were very confident and dominant in the first game and then kind of got knocked off their perch afterwards. So yeah, they need a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Yep, nice jumping in. That's a lot of damage to Soxa, but Io in turn taking some damage as well. Taiga will go down first. So first blood goes the way of Tundra. It will be a trade for Soxa.
First blood going on the Hoodwink here. Very curious what he's going to buy. A lot of the time Hoodwink will start in lane with a Blightstone, but I think when laning together with Doom, it might not have enough impact. Looks like he's going to wait for boots and ferry out as many branches as he possibly can for his lane partner, currently sitting on 5 in his inventory.
So, Center, we've talked about the Pango versus Bloodseeker matchup a lot. And, I mean, that was the beauty of the draft from OG, because you could put these heroes in so many different positions, as Chaos Bolt's going to save some damage on the Taiga here. How do you play against a Bloodseeker as Pango? It feels like you have to get a Linkens at some point, but doing so just delays the rest of your items, which seem like they're 100% needed for you to have any effectiveness in the game.
I think a lot of the key to playing this matchup for Pango is to rely on his team a bit and not think of it as a 1v1 matchup, because that's kind of depressing. If you can find a way to, for example, if you look at their lineup, right, maybe you can Doom the Bloodseeker and that opens up your Pango to play the fight. That's how you initiate it. Or maybe you catch the Bloodseeker in some sort of a stun from the Hoodwink and, you know, just find other ways of controlling him so your Pango gets to play. If OG initiate the fight and they rupture Pango, Tundra are in trouble, right? They don't have the best coverage, they don't have the best saves. Especially when you consider what OG can bring to the table in the way of burst with a CK, with a puck. So yeah, it's genuinely one of those matchups where you turn to your team a bit. Like you said, you can buy Linkens, but it's coming out late, and it's not really a full solution either, right? Like, what if the enemy team just breaks your Linkens with something then?
Right. And it also requires you just to play totally different than what's kind of intended for the hero itself. Is Amar taking some damage, but the jump in from Seb, trying to focus a little bit on Skeeter, but Amar, the one taking the heavy damage, a couple more right clicks, he pops the Fairy Fire, so will live. And this is a double melee lineup into Troll Warlord, who is kind of a lane dominator, but still one of the position ones that we don't see as often these days, probably because of the fact that he gets kited higher than most melee heroes, I want to say. Especially with that ult, we have no control over the hero.
I will say, though, I actually really do like the Troll pick in this game. I think it was a pretty clever way of trying to solve the problem. Misha, I say Misha, it's part of Taiga's name. Misha isn't here. Taiga's.
Okay, yep, Taiga goes down to Soxa. So 2 kills for him early on. Of course, on that Doombringer last game. Not off to the greatest start in that first game, but obviously 33 playing the position 3 Doom this time, so expect him to get a lot more farm than Soxa did. Okay, he's gonna get Reality Rifted back, but no kill to come, as OG trying to get control of this lane right now. And you see that mid matchup, BZM with 15-2, and the Pango 21-1, so off to a pretty good start for that mid Pango.
Nine has tons of experience playing this lane and playing this matchup, so definitely not going to be in any doubt what he needs to do. Same for BZM. Like, this is one of those matchups that if you play a lot of pubs at the high bracket, these heroes are very popular, and you know, Puck, one of the common counter picks to Pango, so you've played both sides of that matchup plenty if you play both of them.
So what is it about the troll that you like this game? Seb's going to be spotted out, but I'm guessing the whirling axes against CK is part of it.
Yeah, so first of all, when you look at the laning compositions that OG can place, when this is the overall last pick of the draft in the troll, you have one range support in the IO, which enables a melee core in the lane. So if you put IO plus melee hero against troll, what are you really enabling, right? That hero is going to get blinded. And if you don't, you're playing against double melee here with the Bloodseeker and Monkey King, which are very exploitable matchups for the troll. Also in the game in general, like you said, Whirling Axes against CK is great. And you can, hopefully with this carry for Tundra, you can make space for Pango. I actually think it's kind of important that the carry here goes in and sets up so that there's pressure on a hero like Bloodseeker so that Pango can get stuff done. And also, you also have a Doom offlane. So, the carry doesn't have to do all the work here. There's plenty of heavy lifting that can be done from all three cores of Tundra this game.
Taiga hooking up with Yuragi here in the bot lane. But you can see Soxa has come as well. So back to the old 2v2. I mean, how much kill potential do we have in this lane from OG's perspective? Well, if the Centaur keeps stomping like that, that gives them more opportunities for sure.
Not so much anymore, I think. If you were looking to kill here early with your dual lane, it needed to be very early on where you put some pressure onto Doom. Actually, Yuragi is going to be taking quite a bit of a beating here.
Yeah, but he gets the crit stomp. Beautifully done from the Centaur. 33. He's going to get slowed again. Looks like he will be a walk away, though. But on a sliver of HP, he'll get salved up along with the Tango. So he'll be no worse for wear. Taiga bushwhacked again by Soxa. Continue on with the Scurry now. And
he might just
the wand. Here. All right, Taiga continuing to try to run. Chaos Bolt is there. Only 1 second stun, so Taiga hiding behind the tree line. Another bushwhack onto Yuragi. Don't think they have enough damage with the Infernal Blade and the hookup from Taiga as he's tangoed up as well.
You do put a lot of pressure in really exploiting the mana burn creep, just like last game. This time it is an offlane Doom instead of the support, but this creep is just incredible for Hoodwink to play with. This mana regen is insane value. Pretty sure there's a good chance this creep gets nerfed in the upcoming patch.
Very possible.
2.5 mana regen AoE.
You can see BZM ready to go for his first gank attempt, but gonna be thwarted for now, so no coil as of yet. I mean, I keep coming back to this Pango, Cinder, and we're gonna have to hold that thought. As the 6-minute rune is about to pop, it will be an illusion rune, which should be handy to take off that waning rift if he really wants to hold on to it. But I mean, the panel, again, they talked about it, but against Pango by itself is a pain, but against Puck as well, like how do you itemize against these two heroes? Or is it really just about leaning on your team?
You definitely want the shard at a pretty early timing, I think. It's one of the best ways you can deal with the Puck getting coiled. Oh, nice try there from Soxa, but didn't quite get the connection. BZM quick to react mid. Didn't get knocked into the tree with bushwhack. Yeah, so you need shard. If you want to itemize against a Bloodseeker, eventually you get Linken's at some point.
Oh, top lane. Skeeter has to run up to the bottom area just to avoid that blood right, but 3 members of OG not able to find him.
Oh, he's fine.
Nice job by Skeeter, avoiding that gank.
Now with that showing top, Yuragi could be in some trouble bottom. Looking for the dive. 9 is here as well. Oh, did he get spotted there? I don't think so.
Ooh, just out of vision. But they run into each other. Yeah, there we go. The swashbuckle comes. 9, shield crash. No mana for his ult. Has to bottle up a bit. That would be a tough kill nonetheless.
Good awareness there from Yuragi. Considering they made their own move top, there was only the troll and nobody TP'd. He can realistically expect a mirror move here from Tundra in the bot lane. But now Amar might not be ready for what could be coming top. Soxa is kind of...
Yep, and the tree line is Tundra. Yuragi's come with Amar, though. You can see the Nether Ward is down. The Snake King showing himself.
Really bringing the numbers here to
Soxa kind of stuck between a bunch of creeps. Bloodright to come, and he gets bursted down by OG. And we see another TP out, this time by Seb. This might be enough for Tundra to defend for now, though.
Yeah, they got the siege creep down. That was the main objective there, was to find a way of repositioning the wave so that the towers are care of business, and that's what Pugna managed to do. So, yeah, they pay a Hoodwink. A little bit of unfortunate positioning there from Soxa with Scurry on cooldown, but end of the day, I don't think Tundra mind this all too much. They might mind
Chaos Bolt, Reality Rift back in. Snake King looks to possibly be dead. Another crit from Yuragi. Wants the high five, not going to be reciprocated as the right clicks from BZM are enough, as he has the DD activated as well. And they're going to get a couple stacks here as well. for OG.
Yeah, this was all intended for the Troll or the Pango. And, well, most of it will go to the Puck. So, again, BZM finding a lot of CS just like in the first game. This time around, though, a little bit earlier on the first round.
Bushwhacked in the bot lane, whirling death to follow. Don't know if any TPs are going to come his way, but he's going to try to delay this as long as he can. Into the tree line he goes. And do some damage before he can pounce on a tree. Looks like they'll find... Oh, wait! Seb? Is he going to get away? No. Another Bushwhack to come. Does create some space for his team, but Tundra, a much needed kill on their side. As Troll Warlord, this is one of the best position ones for taking towers, if not the best, as this tower will get decimated.
It's gone. OG did get the top tower at the same time, though, so they used the space that they get out of Seb taking so long to kill bottom to just ensure that. Game is still looking fairly even right now.
Yeah, Skeeter on the Troll Warlord looking for the Battle Fury as the first item, which I feel like is the only build right now on Troll that I've been seeing, at least. I think the Maelstrom one has kind of died down. Obviously, he needs something for that CK in addition to the Whirling Axes, but it is a slow build up for him, of course.
I actually wouldn't necessarily have minded seeing the Maelstrom build in this game for that reason. But
Snake King needs to pick up that neutral item. He does. It might cost him his life. There's 33 in the area. See the coil off on 2. They're going to find the first kill on Snake King is 9's Rolling Thunder. Not the best usage as Seb gets off of Wukong's command. Looks like he'll be taken out in tow, but still with all the extra armor, will he actually live to the Skeeter? Looking for the kill, but BZM is there. Somehow Seb lives with that Wukong's command buff. Tundra, that hurt. That absolutely hurts.
forget a replay of that. That's just unfortunate. 9, I think he failed the first jump with his shield crash, and the angle that he got afterwards prevented him from getting up the stairs as well. So that looked like a completely clean setup for Tundra, but a little bit of a misplay cost them a lot.
Yeah, blood right from Amar. They know that Rolling Thunder's not there, so he's not really afraid of the chase, although he might have to be. The Rupture comes out. Swashbuckle will partially connect as 9 is forced to TP out. The ultra counter to the Bloodseeker.
You're going to see the replay here. So look at this. Seb is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the second half of it, but basically 9 couldn't find a way in after his initial jump missed. And Seb just runs the longest path he can come up with.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is...
That voice line sounded pretty cool and slow.
Indeed, Boundless Strike, 33 is in a bit of trouble here. OG looking for another kill going their way, and they'll find it. 6-3 advantage for OG early on. And this, again, this is against a core Doom this time around, so the lead is a little bit more substantial than it's showing at the moment.
That's a core Doom going Midas, and OG are keeping the game even 11 minutes in on gold, so should be pretty happy. Yuragi gonna rotate over to take the creep wave instead of that small camp. Might have actually saved his life. Soxa failing the connection there.
That's a little harsh. Failing this connection.
I mean, honestly, it is... I don't know if this is even... I guess it is theoretically possible to throw Bushwhack and then Acorn Shot afterwards with level 1 Acorn, but... I don't know. I think you need level 2 or you need a cast range item in order to pull off that combo. Or it's like some frame perfect stuff from Soxa that he tried there.
Either way, Yuragi is going to be perfectly fine, getting close to finishing the armlet for himself. And I'm interested in the build for Amar on the Bloodseeker, so it is going to... why am I saying... Well, it's just a carry build, right? The Maelstrom into BKB.
Where's the Midas?
That's true. Well, he had himself a decent start, right? So doesn't need to make that comeback.
That's true. He didn't die in lane.
He's middle of the pack, right?
Amar dies in lane. Quick buy Midas right away, but he didn't die. So.
Like, if this was a normal off-lane Bloodseeker, would the build even be different, or does this seem fine to you?
I mean, there are options, right? You can play more of a utility route where you go for something like Atos first to just set up blood rights. So it's pretty common if you're playing utility, but considering how OG usually play and what their mentality is, this is no surprise at all to go for that Maelstrom build. And either way, you're going to end up with a Mjolnir or
Seb, Boundless Strike. You can see the reload kick coming with BZM. Wukong's command to follow, but Seb's all alone inside. And the heal up from Snake King, keeping 33 quite healthy. Seb might have to sacrifice himself, but we've seen him get away many a time. He actually dodges the whirling axes and pounces away again. Seb continually living and forcing out all these rotations from Tundra, just wasting time.
Yeah, in the meantime, Yuragi's just free farming top, and it looks like OG might look to make their own move sometime soon. At least they're, maybe not. They're just going to zone control for now. Obviously with the relocate expended as well as coil on cooldown, I don't think they necessarily have to do anything, but yeah, just amazing space here from Seb. It's going to get harder and harder though. Now there's going to be a defusal on Pango to keep him in check. There's also going to be a dagger on Doom. Actually, 33 changed his mind. He's going to go BKB. He had the dagger queued up, but
Okay.
goes for the Ograx. Taiga.
Yep, Taiga, bushwhack. You see the sharpshooter coming in, boom. Soxa gets the kill. Again, a much needed kill for Tundra. They need to find the momentum. And with this Doombringer on their team, need to find some sort of a net worth lead. Like you said, they are going to go the BKB route for 33. Does that mean that they feel pretty comfortable with the state of the game or like the initiation factor that they have currently without that Blink Dagger?
I think maybe the mindset is if he goes dagger, it's pretty high risk. The troll isn't going to participate very much right now for the time being. And like the panel talked about, Doom is kind of soft countered here from the Doom aspect. So if you blink Doom someone and they get relocated out, you've used your entire package, right?
Yeah.
If you have the BKB, you can play more of a sustained style where you run in, you pop Scorched Earth, you're able to stand your ground and fight against all of these stuns and silences. So I do think in this game this is probably a better decision, but the dagger will have to come out eventually because they will need that catch.
Tundra are smoked up. They're gonna run into Yuragi, but 9 misses. He actually gets smoked before his ult goes off.
They're doing the
But the bushwhack, again he gets stunned. Yuragi is living throughout all of this. There's the whirling axes from Troll, pops the ult as well, trying to take out this pesky CK, and finally Tundra get a kill on a core. Amar, you can see that move speed with that extra buff as it looks like 9 is finally taken out just before his TP was successful. 33 trying the same road. This time will be successful though as Tundra. It ends up being a 2-for-1. You lose your mid laner and the support for the position 1 on OG.
Given the circumstances, I don't actually think that was that big of a tragedy for them. They doomed an illusion and their Bloodseeker got ruptured before he could get ult off, so... Or rather, their Pango got ruptured. So you're gonna see the replay here. So this one misses, right? They defuse, and this barely hits. It hits the real one, but not the Ilu.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm sure we're gonna have a BBC documentary on why that's the case. Some sort of
That would be the most
glitch in the Matrix. I don't know.
most boring episode of all time. Good lord.
I'd watch.
No wonder you don't watch TV. That's the stuff you want to watch. But yeah, that fight could have been a lot worse for both teams, honestly. Kind of some misspells on both sides as Seb gets off a balance strike onto 2. Tree dancing in as well. BZM, the Blood Right is connected. Soxa is definitely dead here, and there's the coil onto 2. Looks like the troll is going to not break it this time around, but instead they're going to find Snake King, and next is Peter. OG continuing the pressure into game 2 of this lower bracket finals.
You gotta really be on the ball here. OG are making a lot of really successful moves around the mid tower. They did the same in the last game, just bringing numbers.
Oh my goodness. They have been finding stacks continually in the jungle, and now an ancient stack is OG getting everything that they want in this series.
And it's just all off the back of one good move. They get 3 kills mid tower and now ancients. They take everything they can possibly get in this short time span. And it's just, they're getting insane value out of this Monkey King. Like Seb getting the vision, getting the double stun to set it up. And also the safety that they feel like Pango isn't there. I think that's the most important thing for them to be able to make this move. So if they know Pango is not in place and they can just start the fight like this, it's pretty easy for them to just pile on them and grab very nice, easy kills in the tower. And obviously, as soon as you deal the initial damage, Amar is just going to run through them as well. 3k lead. And they're again playing this kind of a 3-core lineup. I guess it is a puck mid, but you know that hero can also scale pretty heftily compared to what it used to.
Indeed. Echo Saber now on Yuragi as well, so I would assume BKB is next after the fact. But considering the lead that they have, can definitely delay it like he is. And the question is, the first Roche of the game, if Tundra can somehow take it, Troll is quite good at it. As we're going to see the coil only onto Soxa. Blood Right to follow, Balance Strike setting it up. Nice heals coming out from Snake King, but it's not going to be enough. Even though Wukong's command expended from OG. A little bit of overkill to find that position for Hoodwink.
Yeah, this could be an opening for Tundra in the next 20 seconds when Hoodwink respawns. Knowing those 2 ultis are down, might make a move with it, but again, you got to keep in mind that carry, the troll is not going to be available for quite a bit. Like Skitter has to farm to build up his hero. So it's a matter of, now that you lost this momentum and you lost your mid tower, the game was looking okay. You were in a pretty good spot. Now you might have to slow it down, and that's when it gets scary. I feel like if you need to slow down against OG, who are notorious for having insanely strong late game scaling heroes and not necessarily being the quickest team, but just having really good calculated moves.
Yep, relocate into the bot lane. BZM finds 33, who instantly pops the BKB. And it looks like he's going to be able to get out, but that, again, is a defensive usage. And the rest of Tundra have actually arrived in this area as well. They're not going to find anybody, at least not outright, just the illusions of the CK.
We'll clean those up. So that's another key spell on cooldown for OG, but
even Seb going for an early BKB. He is quite farmed for that position 5, technically. I mean, is he playing the 5 or the 4, really?
Well, in this game, he's definitely 4.
Yeah. And into the Roche pit they go. Of course, all the spells online for Tundra. Wukong's command should be coming up soon. Another 30 seconds, actually. So there is a window for Tundra to try to contest this, especially with the Blink Dagger now on 33, which has yet to be shown. And here comes the smoke. This is a really important fight for Tundra. And the smoke is going to be popped by Seb on the tree line. And with that, they'll have all the information they need. Although they do exit the Roche pit. Roche is at half HP. Let's see what the plan here is from OG.
That half?
It's close.
It's pretty optimistic. Or pessimistic, depending on how you look at it.
60%? Is that what you want me to say?
More like 64.
Okay. Interesting.
But it's healing, so.
It is. Double damage for Skeeter. This could be really big, but of course he does not have his BKB yet. So he could just solo Roche, but here comes the smoke for OG. An attempt to contest potentially, but no, Roche will be lured out of his pit. This is an extremely tense moment for Tundra specifically.
Monkey King is a god tier hero in this position right
Indeed.
now. It's just so amazing what they get out of it.
And the Tundra smoke. There is a ward up there from Tundra. It's going to be de-warded though by Taiga. Nicely done. Doesn't even get hoodwinked.
Saxa smoke broke again.
Yep, so they know that Seb is likely on a tree nearby. And Roche slowly healing up. And OG just baiting this out. Just going to sit in the pit to try to force the initiation from Tundra. Although Tundra seem to be heading towards the south now. Is this going to be enough space for OG to potentially just steal the Roche outright? But the tier 1 tower looks to be the focus of Tundra. And into the pit, Yuragi goes with the Phantasm. And we'll see if they have enough time to clean this up. Fortification will delay this push ever so slightly. But it looks like Tundra are just backing up. So conceding this Roche to OG.
I think they got about as much as they could while conceding this. If you don't feel like you can take the fight in that area against Monkey King and against the spells you're facing, at the very least he goes and farms Ancients on Skitter, they get mid tier 1. He starts to push out bot and farm his way to the BKB. I actually think this was a really good play call from Tundra to not take that fight. I think that would have been a disaster in the area, given how good control OG have with their Monkey King and their item timings. You don't have the BKB on Troll just yet. So.
Yeah, in terms of taking Roche, I think Tundra with the Troll Warlord can do it faster, but OG have way better Roche fighting in the pit. The Coil, Monkey King, Bloodride from Bloodseeker. The tier 2 tower seems to be their focus. As you can see, Tundra look to be conceding this as well. Obviously the Aegis advantage now online for OG. It looks to be a freebie. Seb continuing to scout this out. They know he's in the area, dodges the hoodwink spell that I can't remember the name of. Bushwhack. Thank you, Cinderin.
You're welcome.
Just looked at your face and instantly remembered. Yep. Not sure what the connection there is exactly,
Same.
but who knows? Who knows? 2K lead for OG. I mean, can you put this in perspective for people, including myself, against the core Doom? What would this lead, you think, actually be if there was no Doom?
That's kind of a hard question to answer.
I know, that's
what
why I
hero is he
asked.
playing instead?
Any
hero.
Visage.
Okay, he's Alchemist. This is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not on the same level as Alchemist, no doubt. All right, Tundra going in onto Yuragi. Still has that Aegis. He's getting quite low. Taiga Not able to get the ult off. Actually gets canceled there, and he's going to get dropped immediately. So Yuragi left his own device and popped the BKB along with his ult. And he's... Oh, Bloodright is there. 33 gets off the Doom, but it gets canceled. 33 now on the run as Skeeter getting healed by Snake King. Boundless Strike onto one, and they're going to clean up 33 very easily. Big Wukong's command from Seb looks like it'll lead to another Snake King death. But the right clicks from Skeeter. Finally, they're able to kill Seb. So a nice turnaround here potentially from Tundra. The Bloodright. Skeeter able to sidestep it, focusing on Yuragi. Remember, he does not have Aegis anymore. Whirling Axes are there. Double kill for Skeeter. Amar trying to kite him along with BZM, but they will find Amar instead. BZM, the last remaining member in this area for OG. Looks like he'll be left alone. So Tundra somehow coming back in that fight as the pressure now on to 9. The Witchblade doing so much, but you have the roll up from 9 to get out of dodge.
It felt like it's been forever since Tundra has had a good fight like that. They get the initiation and kill the Aegis right away. Great rolling thunder from 9 to stop the relocate come out from Taiga. And then the follow-up fight, even though they doomed into a Linken's, they still end up coming out on top, I would say.
That is such a fast Linken's, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, BZM is huge. He has 10 CS per minute on this puck.
So now they know, and the question is, what will cancel the Linken Sphere? Do you need to try to get... He is buying Yules, it looks like, so that is a cancel for 33. As you can see, the replay here, they did... And this is really good separating it from Taiga and getting that ult off there.
And there's that rupture on 9, so he will be taken out of the fight and has to TP away. The Doom there. Total whiff. I like how Amar played that fight too. Like, he's actually taking a lot of damage without dying. He's weaving in and out, forcing Skeeter to waste time on him. But ultimately, Skeeter can actually overpower. And I think this kind of fight can showcase what Troll can do in this game, if given the right conditions. So.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we got a big team fight. Apparently, Wukong's command is popped. Looks like they'll find the IO. Does Tundra. It's going to be a trade for the Pugna, though, is 9 inside his Rolling Thunder. Trying to kite a little bit here. The Chaos Ball. 4 seconds on the Skeeter. The Bloodright's coming as well. Rupture on top. He gets off the BKB. Finally gets off the ult. They're just going to make him chase. Taking some damage from that Rupture still, but the right clicks onto Yuragi with the Hoodwink ult. Double kill for Skeeter. Boundless Strike from Seb, though. Tundra trying to fight back. Seb will be taken out. Buyback onto IO, though. They really want to kill this Troll Warlord, and they finally do. Amar staying alive throughout all of this, and the scouting out of 33 won't be able to cancel the TP, though. That fight came out of nowhere. Goodness gracious. 2 cores dead for Tundra. And just CK on OG's side.
I'd say there's a pretty good outcome overall for OG here.
Was a buyback on the IO though, so.
They did have to buy back IO, which opens up an avenue for an awesome team fight for Tundra if they can find that as the first kill. And actually, considering they fought without Doom, maybe that wasn't that bad for them. Troll's death timer is just really long, but when he does come back, he's now going to have the level 20 talent, so another 30 damage to boot. And then with Doom as well as Pangold up, it could be time to look for another fight straight away. I guess Roche early spawn is in 3 minutes, so there's plenty of time to look around the map and not be anchored in that top area, which is something Dire really loves to not have to bother with, right? They can go bottom and look for something. If they find the kill, they don't have to panic and run across the map because Roche could be dying, so opportunity here. Maybe they would find Seb.
And a Basher online for Amar, so these BKB TPs might not be so safe in the near future for Tundra, as
this
now...
is an interesting smoke from OG. They have only Bloodseeker and IO smoke to bottom and no other core backup. If they run into a fight against this Pango, this could potentially go really wrong, as Tundra's heroes are pretty close by and they can't relocate in their other heroes since the IO is already part of the move. But now they are trying to
bait it in. 33, he's going to get instantly ruptured. He gets off his BKB, but he is dying very swiftly, attempting to TP out. But the bash from Amar is enough. It looked like he was going to get out in time, but the bash very timely from Amar. And now the coil applied to Snake and gets up to Decrepify. Healing up to a high degree by Seb, but the Bloodright's going to cancel it. Then the double kill for Amar as OG just continuing the onslaught. Saksa's dead next. It's a 5 versus 2. Skeeter completely surrounded. He pops the BKB, but the rest of OG just completely resetting, waiting for that BKB to run out. Gets off the ult in the meantime, though. Yuragi jumping and gets a 4-second Chaos Bolt, and that's going to lead in likelihood to a kill onto Skeeter. 1 remaining member for Tundra. It is the Pangolier. He's silenced currently and brought down to his knees. Double kill Amar and OG are absolutely crushing again in this game number 2.
The way that started is just perfect timing. Like, they're down there as 2 or 3 heroes. It's not looking like it's going to be good, and the moment Tundra's heroes do arrive, the Doom coming down there, that's when they're all in position, and Bloodseeker starts out with the Rupture on Doom, which, you know, in many circumstances would be like, hell yeah, let's go with Pango, but he's not there. He's not part of the fight in the beginning. Doom has to try to TP out, and he gets bashed, and this is the aftermath of that fight, with Doom on the sidelines without buyback, and Soxa also being all the way in the top lane. They're just completely outnumbered this entire fight. Which is weird to say, because it looked like Tundra actually had the numbers bottom just a moment before.
OG just read the situation perfectly on that high ground. And this was just, feels really shitty for Tundra when you have the Troll Warlord just stuck between 5 heroes, and there's literally no way to get out for him. But yeah, that was a full team wipe in favor of OG, and they are looking quite good right now. So from Tundra's perspective, what do you think needs to be done to try to claw back in this game?
I think it's mainly gonna come down to, you know, this is easy for me to say, but they have to read the map better so that they have corresponding numbers, and that is difficult when you're playing against IO in this game state, because if IO is missing, along with one core, they could be literally anywhere and connect to the fight, so you also have to sort out your waves, find an intelligent way to push that out while still being in reach of one another when the fight does break out. I think this bottom tier 1 tower that they still have left, if OG ever make their way down in that area or to the mid tier 2, that's where you can really combine with all 5 heroes because you have an easy connection point. So make sure you don't lose any more towers without a fight. They ruptured 33 again.
He is ruptured. He's working on a Lincoln Spear. He's going to get healed by snaking. Looks like the TP will be successful, but a double boundless strike from Seb will lead to a kill onto Pugna to start it out. But Skeeter already popping the ult just to take out that pesky Monkey King. So Seb will fall. And the buyback from Snake King as well. Tundra need to get something out of this, but BZM looks like he's going to be just fine.
Heads up play there from both BCM and Soxa. So BZM realizes that if he jaunts to his orb there out of phase shift, he's going to get caught by a hoodwink combination, so he just doesn't jaunt it. Blinks into the enemy base instead and finds a way out.
And Tundra, you can see that they're going for a potential gank through the river here, smoked up, while this Monkey King is dead.
They do have the Doom, and 33 in that situation again was BKB TPing out, so the fact that they get that trade, perhaps not too bad with the buyback on the Pugna to find Monkey King. And again, it opens up a fight where 9 can actually use his ult, right? That time he was there. So the Doom getting ruptured, that time they have Rolling Thunder. It zoned out the Puck for the remainder of the fight and allowed Skitter to play very confidently on the Troll.
And it feels like Seb's vision from the tree line has been kind of the difference maker here, as Tundra have tried to get aggressive from time to time in this game, but
this is a big item.
Plotted out consistently as, E-Blade for BZM, as Roche looks like 1 minute away from respawning with that beautiful shard.
This item's so amazing here because if you think about how Tundra take their fights, it's all about setting up the Troll to kill someone, right? They have the Doom to prevent people from casting spells, they have the Pango chain stun, but Puck can effectively save any core right now along with Wisp, and they can reset the fights. And if it's not a matter of using it defensively, it's obviously also part of a kill burst. Now he can solo kill the Pugna in his silence, which he was missing a little bit from before. Same with the Hoodwink. EZM finds either of them, they just die on the spot.
Nullifier is in the sights for Seb to counteract that Pugna Decrepify.
My God, how did this happen? Puck is level 24, Pango's 18.
Ooh, yeah.
That's actually a ridiculous difference in experience among the mids. I guess Skitter has a pretty big advantage over the CK as well, though.
BZM also has an Arcane Rune, so this would be a very tough fight for Tundra, unless they can just lock him down.
That Hoodwink Shard going out to scout. OG are not going to be surprised by this at all.
Yeah, and Roche is up. And we'll see if Yuragi will... Not sure if he's going to pop his ult quite yet, but focusing on taking him out to start here. And of course, this is the Roche with the Shard as Tundra. I think they were spotted there by Seb. And Seb back into the pit and back onto the tree line.
Soxa tried to fish for a...
That's the decoy, I think. Oh, balance strike misses this time from Seb. They're looking for 33. There's the rupture. They get it off. The Yule's a little bit too late. Gonna get silenced with the blood right as well. Focusing on 33. Gets off the BKB, but the right clicks will suffice as Tundra on the back foot now. And they're just passing through. Amar's beating the crap out of 9. He's in the Rolling Thunder though. He blinks and gets the kill while BKB, Jiragi getting quite low, but the blood right now onto this Troll Warlord. And that's another bursted hero in favor of OG. 5 dead. It's a full team wipe. And nobody is lost for OG, which means second Roche is theirs.
The name of the game for OG in this game has just been, how can we make Doom as sad as possible? Like, again, you'd think they would reserve the rupture for the Pango, but they're actually just removing Doom from the fight. They rupture him, they run at him, he BKB tries to TP out, doesn't make it there. And also a little bit of indecisiveness, right? Like, he was kind of standing around, okay, should I TP out? Are we going to take this fight? He was uncertain. And then when he finally goes for it, OG didn't even need the bash. He had already taken so much damage from running around. And you can understand from Tundra's perspective why he doesn't want to TP away there. It's like, okay, am I just going to BKB TP out every time? This time I have 4 teammates around me, but the positioning from Tundra just wasn't really good enough to cover him fully.
Fortifications popped by Tundra. They do have a bunch of buybacks, but they'll likely just give up 1 set of racks before giving it their all in this defense. So the top racks is OG's for the taking. And now they go into the mid lane. No reason to stop with this Troll Warlord still technically dead. 20 seconds of respawn timer. Yuragi looking for Saksa. Instantly doomed though by 33. Can they get this kill? That is just the Aegis though. The buyback now onto Skeeter. He gets ruptured instantly inside the Wukong's command. Finally gets off the ult. They're just gonna make him chase him outside the Wukong's command. And this is gonna be a dieback if they end up getting this kill. He's gonna get the BKB up, but dies shortly after. Dieback for Skeeter. And this is looking like the beginning of the end for Tundra. As the Boundless strike does connect onto Saksa, but he cuts the tree. 33 ruptured for the millionth time this game. Doesn't matter. He is dead. Double kill for Amar. Only 2 members of Tundra remain. And OG looking primed and ready as the GGs are called. OG going to the grand finals for the 5th time in their organization's history. Unreal performance.
They've had some grand finals that looked really grim at certain points, and they overcame it every time. So we'll see today when they face up against TSM later if it's going to be 5 in a row or if their streak in finals will be broken. But yeah, I mean, based on how they played in this series so far, they made Tundra look definitely a tier below. Just better movements, really good drafting overall. I feel like Tundra, for the most part in their games, got what they wanted. They just got handled. A lot of the key heroes that they've been winning with a lot, just seemingly relatively unimpactful in this game. The Doom and Pangolier, 2 of Tundra's best, was just getting shut down for the majority of the game. 9 ending the game without a kill. 0, 5, and 8 on Pango.
It was a Pango. We talked about the counters, Bloodseeker and